Put that leg up as close as you can to as well.
Okay, is that better? Yeah. And can we turn it on to the slideshow presentation? Oh, we'll leave it like that. So, Your Worship and esteemed councillors, thank you very much for having me here with you this evening. I am a member of Fluoride-Free Greater Moncton, and we've been advocating for the removal of fluoride, artificial fluoride, to the public water in the Greater Moncton area now for just over a year. Just going to see how this works here. How do I, can I get that to be full screen? Alright, there we go. Okay. Thank you. So, it's a big topic. It's new to our area, but it's not new to cities like Calgary that debated it for 10 years until they recently voted it out. You'll see later on in my slides that in the last year, 2011, last 10 months, 18 cities in North America have decided to cease fluoridation. Since the year 2000, 228 cities or towns in North America have ceased fluoridation. And I'll tell you, when I got involved with it, I had no idea. I mean, fluoride is in your toothpaste. You know, you brush your teeth. It's in the water. What's the big deal, right? And as I started to do my research, I was quite amazed at the history, the politics, the science that led to the decision to fluoridate. There's no way I can cover all that tonight. These two binders, I went and got them from the city of Moncton today. They are the compilation of the research, and I'm talking about published peer-reviewed studies. Peer-reviewed studies that are published in scientific journals are considered the most credible form of research in the scientific world. So in those two binders is what we submitted to the city of Moncton back in June. It's full of studies about how fluoride affects our body when we ingest it, when we drink it. It's called systemic exposure, when you fill your body with the substance. It's also got expert opinions from toxicologists, biochemists, epidemiologists, human physiologists, and chemists. It's important to mention the credentials of these experts, because when it comes to getting an opinion, when a layperson, such as myself, or anyone else, wants to get an opinion on the matter, they need to go to the most qualified expert. If you're going to get brain surgery, you don't go see a dermatologist. If you're going to court for divorce, well, you don't go see a criminal lawyer. You've got to go to the most qualified experts available. And when it comes to the question of how does fluoride, at low levels, at recommended levels, which are currently 0.7 parts per million, how does it affect our glands, tissues, and organs? Well, that question is best answered by doctors in those fields I just mentioned. Now, I'm going to quickly mention something also at the beginning here, that we often hear about natural occurring fluoride in water, and this is true. It's important to point out, though, that fluoride that's naturally found in 99.9% of the time in water is part of a compound, a chemical compound called calcium fluoride. And chemists and biochemists will tell you that when fluoride is part of calcium fluoride, is extremely tightly bound. It loves calcium, which is one of the reasons it binds to different parts of our body that has calcium. So, the long story short is that when you artificially fluoridate water, and 99.9% of the cities in North America doing this are using hexafluorosilicic acid. It is a byproduct from the phosphate fertilizer industry. This sounds crazy, but it's true. It's collected from the smokestack of the phosphate fertilizer industry. That's where it comes from. It is added to the water after the water has been treated for everything. You know, when they use the chlorine, they filter the water, they make sure it's not going to make you sick. The last thing added in a municipality that is fluoridating is hexafluorosilicic acid. And fluoride in that compound is much looser, it frees itself much easier. So, what Bill Osmondson, who is a former fluoridation advocate, who's now opposed to fluoridation, he's a dentist of 35 years and has a master's in public health, who lives in Washington State. He addressed Moncton Council back in June through the phone. Dr. Osmondson helped me understand that hexafluorosilicic acid is the fluoride in that compound. When you're drinking it, your body has up to 1,000 times more of a chance to absorb it. So it's 1,000 times more available, up to 1,000 times more available when you compare it to calcium fluoride. So, I think I missed